need to get in the.
You need to come to the
I
meeting.
gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility for real.
Credit where credit is due. For months now, Angel Reese and her untalented colleagues in the WNBA dump have said what they meant and meant what they said. They have told the diva of dump divas, Kat Engelbert, if you refuse to give in to our unreasonable demands, we are not playing. We're not even going to pretend to play basketball. WNBA players have told the dump diva, if you don't give us the millions of dollars that we believe we're entitled to, and there's that word again, give. If you don't give us our millions, we are taking our miniature ball and we're going home. And we're taking the donated dildos as well because those gifts were given to us. To their credit, WNBA players have refused to back down. The problem is the people writing the woke welfare checks, the people who have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into this unmonetizable turd and have never seen an Ethiopian breadcrumb in profit, they're not backing down either. You know, there were many reasons that I left my old job in June of 2021. I was tired of being miserable. I was tired of waking up every morning, wasting 8 or 9 hours sitting behind someone else's desk instead of sitting behind my own desk. I was tired of feeling like a prisoner. If I wanted to take the afternoon off and go play golf with my friends, I was tired of some doofus asking me, why are you leaving work early? You're only allowed 60 minutes for your lunch break. Why were you gone for 61 minutes today? I was tired of being constantly monitored. I was tired of having to update some doofus calendar letting everyone know whether or not I was at work. Basically, I was tired of someone else telling me what to do, how to live my life. I was also tired of giving someone else 40, 50 hours every week and not being paid nearly enough for my time. The company refused to give raises. Matter of fact, they received multiple COVID loans in the summer of 2020, loans that were supposedly meant to keep everyone at their current salary. They received millions of dollars and cut our pay by $1,000 a month. That was the moment I knew I was done. 12 months later, I was officially done because I quit and I've never looked back. I knew if I wanted to be paid what I thought I was worth, I had to do it myself. No one else was going to pay me what I thought I was worth except me. Nafisha Collier, Breanna Stewart, two relative unknowns in the WNBA. They felt the same way. Last year, they launched a secondary dump called Unrivaled. They guaranteed unknown pretend basketball players who were incapable of generating interest, revenue, profit. The only thing they're capable of generating is debt. They guaranteed them 6-figure salaries to play pretend basketball for about 8 weeks. Players making $70,000 in 5 months in the WNBA, they were now making $200,000 in 8 weeks. Unrivaled is giving WNBA players the illusion of a safety net. The business model is unsustainable, but the problem for Kat Engelbert and WNBA owners, players don't realize that Unrivaled is unsustainable long term. WNBA players believe it gives them leverage for the first time ever. Neither side is backing down, and according to a report released yesterday, it's becoming more and more likely that the 2026 WNBA season is going to be canceled. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go and get to the sponsor of today's video, my good friends at Chapter. One thing most people don't realize until it's too late, dealing with Medicare can be an overwhelming experience. Countless plans, rules, penalties, calling the government for help. Good luck with that. Fortunately, though, There is help available, and that's where Chapter steps in. Chapter is an advocate for seniors to help you choose the right plan for your needs. Chapter is completely independent, which means they're only incentivized to find the right plan for you. Uncle KC actually tested out their services. My mom turned 65 back in January. Now, both my parents, they already had health insurance plans, but I had mom call Chapter anyway. Long story short, Chapter told my parents that they already had the best plan available. No need for them to change. Chapter actually found them a plan that would save them a couple of $100 every month. However, Chapter explained to my parents that their current plan would save them more money long term. So since they can afford it monthly, Chapter advised my parents to keep their current plan. Now, telling my parents to keep their current plan, that was of no financial benefit to Chapter, but that's the kind of honest service they provide. Look at it like this. If you were wrongfully sued, you're not going to court without a lawyer, right? So why would you deal with the hassle, the confusion of Medicare without having an advisor in your corner? Even if you already have coverage, Chapter might be able to find you a better plan. You literally have nothing to lose. It's free. So call today, 510-279-3616. Have Chapter find the right plan for you. Headline at Front Office Sports. New WNBA CBA by October 31st deadline appears increasingly unlikely. Translation: they are nowhere close to getting a new deal done. According to WNBA players, these white people are playing with our money. They have no sense of urgency. They don't want to pay us our fair share. It's not our fault, it's their fault. Shocker. WNBA players never take the blame. They never seem to take responsibility. This league has been a huge embarrassing failure for the better part of 30 years. According to WNBA players, it's not because they present an unbelievably bad product. It's not because this rancid turd is the worst league imaginable. And that is not hyperbole. If you don't believe me, go watch one of these pretend basketball games for yourself. This product sucks. I mean, it sucks. But according to WNBA players, the league is a failure because of misogyny or mythical racism. The white man is intimidated by powerful black women. Players are claiming to negotiate in good faith while the league is running out the clock. They're insinuating that the WNBA has no interest in getting a deal done. They also claim that fans are supporting the players in their quest to be given money they haven't earned. What fans? Sunday afternoon, the Golden State Vikings played the Dallas Wankers. Paige Beckers, who is supposedly a huge star. Paige Beckers was electric as she broke WNBA records by scoring 9 points. There were just over 6,000 people in the Civic Center in Dallas. So, what fans are we talking about? Let's just look at this logically for a second. Let's look at both sides and see who benefits the most from next season being canceled. On one side, you have the employees. They are demanding millions of dollars. Normally in negotiations between a union and an organization, if there is a strike, the employees are temporarily sacrificing their income. If they're not working, they're not getting paid. That is not the case here. If next season is canceled, WNBA players can play in Unrivaled, or they can go play overseas. Now, from the league's perspective, the WNBA is on the verge of turning a profit for the first time ever. The league finally has momentum. They finally have 1 or 2 stars that people are willing to pay to see. If you lose next season, if you go 2 years without people seeing Caitlin Clark, you risk losing all that momentum. Now, I don't think Caitlin Clark would be completely forgotten, but would people still care? 2 years is an eternity. In the mid-2000s, Michael Vick was arguably the biggest star in the NFL. Goes to prison for 2 years, makes his immaculate return to the league, but his drawing power was never the same. The WNBA also has new owners paying hundreds of millions of dollars to open state-of-the-art dumps. These new owners, they are expecting to see a return on their investment starting next season. Kind of hard to do that if the season is canceled. So, who benefits more from a lockout? Who benefits more from a canceled season? It's not just increases in their minimum wage that WNBA players are demanding. They're also demanding better benefits. Maybe they want PTO. Maybe they want fewer games on the schedule. I know they don't want any back-to-back games. They want updated facilities. They want rosters to be expanded, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me because they can't find enough quality players to fill the rosters they currently have. Basically, WNBA players are demanding to water down this unbelievably bad product even more. Now, obviously, those demands are just bonuses. The real issue is WNBA players want millions of dollars, and the league is unwilling to give it to them. Now, if this were up to Kat Engelbert, I'm sure this deal would already be done. Kat has no problem spending other people's money to keep her entitled players temporarily satisfied. I think the bulk of the resistance is coming from the NBA and NBA owners. Remember last year, the New York Post reported that NBA owners were running out of patience with the WNBA. NBA owners were pressuring Adam Silver to find a way to finally monetize this turd. Now that it's finally being monetized, WNBA players are trying to sink revenue right back into the pooper. If a deal isn't finalized by October 31st, at minimum, next season is going to be delayed. With 2 new dumps opening next season, there's got to be an expansion draft. Normally, those are held in December, a month before free agency, but they can't set up the expansion draft without a new CBA. If a deal isn't finalized by October 31st, every day that goes by is potentially a day that next season will be delayed. Me personally, I don't think they're getting a deal done. Not by October, not by May of 2026. With the WNBA being a league that loves a first, there is a real possibility that 2026 will be the first WNBA season to be canceled. But what do you think? Will they get a deal done? Will next season be delayed? Or will next season be canceled? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.